Hello and welcome to part 9 of our Dominion 6 gameplay as Middle-Age Nidavangr. So, in the previous episode we had a bunch of battles with Nabaa, mostly centered around our siege of the Bog of Beasts. We fought off their griffins, which we can still see a little bit down here. They were a bit pesky, but we managed to get rid of them eventually. And right now we're converging our forces on the Bog of Beasts, hopefully be able to take that down shortly, and then we'll move on to Nabaa while we also conquer the rest of the Nabaan territory. So, what are we looking for in this part? We are trying to look forward to getting our forces together, and to do that we're going to try and just get as many guys as we can over towards the Bog of Beasts, siege that down as quickly as possible, and then get to it. We also want to make sure that we are recruiting a bunch more of our mages. Our mage corps have been very helpful so far. Unfortunately, it seems like we've got a couple of our Crow clan that are dying, which is a bit of a shame, but what can we do? We'll just make sure that we're searching as best we can. We'll make sure we're building a lab over here. And we'll make sure that we're continuing to build as many mages as we possibly can. When it comes to our capital, we're going to keep bringing out our Crow clan just purely because they are slow to recruit. They can only be recruited in our capital, so we might as well try and keep them coming out as much as we can. Our fortress over here is currently building. Fantastic. We're getting another wolf clan over here as well. So everything is looking good. Other than that, as you can see, our mage corps is starting to expand pretty rapidly. And this is the good thing about having foreign recruitment mages everywhere we go, is that we can just say, hey, we want to get as many mages as we can. And boom, just like that, we've run out of gold. So let's have a double check of our commanders. So we've currently got one scout who's over here. We're just going to get him to wait for just now. We've got a cub mother here. We're going to get her to actually patrol. There's quite a lot of unrest in this area, which I'm not 100% happy with. We're going to be recruiting a bunch more Nidbathe as well as our Crow clan. If we have a little look at our research, we now actually have construction level 3. So with that, I think we're going to start converting some of these air gems into quills, which we're going to start handing out to a couple of our mages just to improve our research ever so slightly. We're up to 177 research per turn. We're going to get enchantment 3 next round, which is fantastic. That'll give us regeneration with a gem on our bears, as well as a bunch of other spells as well. Gift of Flight, which we might be able to send one of our Crow clan down to start casting out a couple of our Nidbathe that we'll keep at the back. We'll get them to fly on in and take the castle that way. Until then, we'll keep going around our troops. So we have Vladimir Gluten here, who is our retreating Crow clan scout. We're actually going to get him to send over towards Nabaa rather than stand around here. We'll also grab this one solitary archer and we'll bring him along with us. There's no sense leaving him out in the cold. And we might actually get Urpa to just move to Murius. There's a couple of archers here, and there's some more archers here. She can bring them over to the Bog of Beasts, and that should be fine. Over here in Nenaboa, we don't currently have any units being recruited. That's fine, so we'll just leave her there. And we've got a scout here. We'll send them over into Asphodel. We want to try and find out more things. They seem to have a 4 up here. That's absolutely fine. And then over here, we do have quite a lot of troops, so we're actually going to send them over with one of our cub mothers, and we'll start sending them down. We could potentially also start sending them over to Pastena, which I think we will. We want to try and patrol out and get rid of this rather annoying Dominion breaker here. It's a decent enough province. We want to make sure that we're getting at least something out of it we can with our order scales. Other than that, John dying, I think he is actually going to, at this point, pick up the rest of those Nidbathe and those guys there. And we'll make sure that he's scripted up, so we'll just make sure that he's going to cast Blessing a couple of times and he's just going to run in behind the troops. And that's absolutely fine. And he's also going to start heading over to Pastena. Maybe he can actually find out where they are. And then other than that, I think we've actually managed to explore majority of the world, which would be quite nice. Yeah, we've got a couple of little provinces there, and obviously down here in Pyrene. We haven't actually sent anybody down into the underground to really see what's going off down there. But we'll see it pretty shortly, I imagine. Once we have John Dying's forces together, he will probably lead another foray into the underground where he can get revenge on those people that they said they killed him, but he was just on holiday. That's what I'm sticking to anyway. While we're here, we'll just make sure there's nothing else as well that we can make. And as it stands, there's nothing really that I can think of that I particularly want, so we'll just leave that for now. As I said, once we can start getting a couple of quills out, our enchantment will be looking a lot better. And we'll be in a much better place to attack some more. With that, I think that's us done our turn. We're okay with our research. We haven't got anything else to put on our troops. We could potentially do some extra buffing. One thing we might do is might grab Hrongir, and we'll grab a couple of nature gems on him, maybe 15 or so. and a couple of earth gems, and we'll actually just send him down like that. He can head to the Bog of Beasts, and he'll be able to spread them out to our forces down there, and help us with a little bit of our buffing work as well. Yep, with that I think we're good to go, so we'll just end our turn here. Okay, so we managed to complete our enchantment research. That's fantastic, and there was also a battle in Alman. I'm wondering if this is some more birds. It is indeed. Let's have a little look at the province defense. It's a bunch of cavalrymen. We might struggle a little bit more with these birds. We'll have to see. They did get us around. They have got the commander by himself, and we have no other commanders. This could be... our commander has retreated. We've got a little bit of time before they leave the field, but we are routed. Oh, no, it's Naba. Never mind. We have won. Fantastic. Good job, boys. We've managed to beat another Black Hawk attack. Just with province defense. Black Hawks aren't the best, but certainly not the worst. And we found the Murder Bog and the Catacombs in the Hexwood. Interesting. We'll have to have a look at that. We have our Dead Prophet's power has gone away, and we've lost a little bit of income and unrest. And in Halbreatha, we've lost a bunch of population from unnatural heat. Not ideal. In the Bog of Beasts, we still haven't quite managed to break down this fortress, but I imagine we will do soon. What we'll do instead is we will start giving out some of these gems. So let's have a look. We'll maybe give some of them to Galap. We'll give 5 to him. And we'll probably give 5 over to Vinisar, like so. And we'll probably actually send another one of our Bear Clan down as well. We'll send him down. The Bog of Beasts will work out their scripts in a moment. I'm not expecting Naba to attack. At least I'm hoping they're not going to attack anytime soon. That should be absolutely fine. We'll see if Nabaz actually managed to make its way into Lightport. It'd be good to know that. So we'll pick up these troops here and we'll send them to the Rage of Light. As a whole, our income situation is of course fantastic, as we've said previously. That's the main reason why we're able to get so many mages so quickly. And we'll make sure as well that we're getting some more of our Wolf Clan. Probably make sure that we're just getting an apprentice over here. So let's have a look. The Murder Bog gives us 1 Death Gem. Catacombs gives us an Astral Pearl and a Death Gem. Fantastic, we'll just keep that going. Blooding, you are not long for this world. That is a big shame, but we will search where we can. Thank you very much. We'll move you down to Scythia. Scythia's a forest, more likely to have sites. We'll get Harald to search here because he's here. And we'll get some more apprentices. We'll make sure we're getting some more Bear Clan. Over here, we'll make sure we're getting our Nidbathe, like so. And probably 1 blender. We don't really have the recruitment points, unfortunately. There's one thing I'll say about this. These scales potentially need more in order, just for these high resource cost troops. That's by the by. We'll start handing out our quills to the people that we can. We could actually get you instead... No, we'll get England. I'm trying to decide who I want to make this. Yeah, you are only Heir 1, so maybe you are our best person to keep forging. So we'll get you to make an Owl Quill again. And this should hopefully keep our research on the up and up. It's going to be a little bit of a while until we get enchantment level 4, which is a shame, but we'll get there before too long. And other than that, we'll just double check our scripting. So Vladimir Gluten is sneaking, obviously. Everybody else is sieging down, which is great. Hrungir, you have a very strange script, one of our older ones, I guess. So we'll make sure that you are set up properly. In terms of coverage, we'll just put you in the center, and we want you to use some of these gems to start casting some nicer spells. So I think what we'll get you to do is we will start getting you to cast... You can already cast Group Barkskin pretty well. Maybe we'll just get you to cast a bunch of Group Barkskin. And we'll maybe just get you to advance and cast spells as well. We'll get Personal Iron Skin, and we'll get a Personal Regeneration on as well. He'll just cast spells. He's got a bunch of gems that he can use. We could potentially as well give some of these nature gems over to one of our wolves. We'll maybe give them to Ragnar, like so. And we'll get him... What can we use him to get him to do so he'd be a bit more useful? He's already casting Quickness, which is great. Maybe we just get him to cast some more Barkskin. We want to try and cover as many of our guys with Group Barkskin as we can, which you'll be able to use those gems for. Fantastic. And that should mean that we have good coverage of Barkskin for our Nidbathe when it comes time to siege. Having a look at our commanders, we've got John Dying over here. We'll get him to patrol. We'll get Frigg to move in as well when she's able to. And other than that, the main thing we've got to do is make sure that our recruitment's still going. We've got a couple more blenders here. We'll get a couple more of our Wolf Clan Reavers. Fantastic. Nidavangr does seem to be a very good province for recruitment, which I cannot be sad about. We'll get a bunch more Reavers as well, just for later on. Over here, we'll actually get a couple of Bear Clan, just so we get some Berserkers that we can potentially hitch up with when we head down into the Lightless Cavern. They'll be quite useful dealing with those cavemen. And other than that, making sure that our recruitment is still going strong. We are building a palisade here. We do need to send one of our priests over when we get a second. We'll probably just send ChazzyBurger, turn him into a wolf. We'll send him down. It will take him 2 turns to get there, unfortunately, but we can deal with that. And other than that, we're just massing our forces. We're still just waiting for us to get through the siege, which we should hopefully be able to get through soon. And overall, things are going quite well. Quite a lot of gold left, so I'm wondering what I can do. Potentially in the range of light, we're already using all of our resources there. We're already recruiting everything we can in Nidavangr. Victory, you've got 41 resources. You could build us a couple of arrows. Maybe in Scythia over here, we'll get a couple more arrow guys like so. But we do have a lot of gold. To be fair, we are going to be building a temple over here, but that's not that expensive. I'm wondering if we maybe try and branch out a little bit more. We could send Idi down over to the range of light. He could build us another temple here. This would be another place that we could potentially start recruiting some more mages. The world's our oyster now. Now that we're getting more income, that we have a generally secured amount of provinces, I think we're feeling pretty okay. I'm still a little bit worried about Asphodel. We still don't know that much about Atlantis, and in fact that's something I can do with some of my other provinces, as I can start building up some more scouts like so. We'll be able to send them down either underground or further afield, so we can start to see more of the world, because the more that we know, the better. No more resources in the Golden Fens. That's because of how many castles are nearby, so it's a good job we didn't build a lab there. And yeah, other than that, we're pretty much using all of our gold in ways that we want to. We could probably get some more farm recruitment. Yeah, we'll get some more farm recruitment here. There's not many resources here. That's the only problem. Rock is at least building some. We can potentially just get in Pastena, just not even a bear tribe. We'll get an archer. Yeah, we can get an archer. At least that's something. And over here, we'll just get a couple of bear tribes. They'll get them out eventually. That's fine. Yeah. Overall, our armies are looking a little bit better. There's not as much action going on at the moment, but there should hopefully be soon. Get another Crow clan there. There's just not that much resources here. If we can get another army to take over the Feral Woods, just to give a little bit more resources, that'd be quite nice, but we'll just have to wait and see. Ogdeburn, you are actually already grabbing these troops, so we'll get you just to come forward. We'll get you to move to the Bog of Beasts. We'll get Urquhart as well, and we'll consolidate our forces. In a second, we should be getting ready for the attack that's going to be coming in. Speaking of which, let's just double check that our Crow clan can actually make it all the way from our capital, or if it's going to take 2 turns. It is going to take 2 turns. So in that respect, let's grab ourselves just a couple of air gems, and maybe a couple of astral gems, and maybe a couple of death gems. We don't know what we're going to use. We've got a good stockpile of everything so far, so yeah, we'll just send him down, sneak away, sneak over to the Bog of Beasts. We'll have to wait anyway for our scout to scout that out, and we will continue moving through Asphodel. The problem that we have is they do have a heat dominion. There's a lot of rivers here, so we'll move over to Two Woods, Stonegrave, and then we'll see Pyrene in a little bit. Not so worried about Pyrene thanks to our non-aggression pack, so that's very, very nice. And yeah, I think I'm quite happy with that. So I think with that, we'll double check our research. Yep, as I said, enchantment not for a little while, but then we're moving on to our conjuration, and that'll be pretty good. And as always, our mage core continues to expand. So with that, I think we are good to go. Okay, so we didn't find any sites. That's not a problem. There was a battle in Murius. Let's have a little look what's happening here. So this seems to be a small contingent of archers, probably a mercenary company, that is currently attacking our province defense here. Our militia are not going to do too well against this. Will they even manage to reach the front line? Doesn't look like it, but our heavy infantry are here. No, so they've managed to rout us here. That's absolutely fine. That's going to happen. Just a bunch of province defense, and yeah, it looks like a mercenary company. We did manage to kill 5 of them at least, so that's something at least. A sneaking enemy was discovered by a patrolling unit. Let's have a little look. So here are all of the heretics. They have been blessed. I don't even think they have a bless effect. They don't seem to. And here comes John Dying's forces. Fantastic. They're just going to mop the floor with them and kill them like so. Hey. Get bruised. Didn't quite manage to catch the last one, but they should hopefully be destroyed anyway. And that should mean the reduction of the heretics in Astena. Which means we should be able to get our dominion back there fairly shortly. We've managed to complete construction of our fortress, and we're still destroying the province here. It's just taking a little bit longer than we maybe might like. That's because it's a giant fortress, so it's got quite high wall integrity. We do need some more siege chaff. But I think that'll be an issue for the next episode. Well, thank you very much for watching. This is us now on turn 26, in the middle of spring, on our start of our third year. Well, thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please let me know in the comments down below. If you could like what I do, consider becoming a member of the channel to support us a little bit further. And until next time, take care.